I think that worked, right? Hello? Yep, we're good. Dill, thank you so much for becoming a member once again. Welcome back to the bot seats, my friends. Here's a claps to the chat for Mr. Dill Core, the man, the myth, the legend. Mike for being here for 17 months. A lot of claps going around early, huh? He says David Hamilton has truly turned into a groundbreaking type of player defensively and offensively. Mike, listen, I've already apologized to David Hamilton. I will not say that David Hamilton is a groundbreaking type of player. I will not do that. But what's going on, everybody? A little bit of an interesting stream tonight. We're going to be checking out the All-Star game. We're going to be talking about the draft a little bit. I don't know how much you guys want to talk about the draft all that much, to be honest with you. And we're going to be taking a look at the latest trade deadline news. I don't know what to do about the superstitions here, chat, because I have a whole day off. Oh, right. I got to say hello to everyone. Assassin, Mike, we already said hello. Prodigy, Jackson, Vaping, Christian. Hello, hello. We beat the Royals. We steal one of the best players in the draft. True. Breslow finally committed to adding to the team, hopefully. And now we have our boys being recognized tonight. Should be fun. What's up, Miles? Lawson, welcome in, my friend. Okay. All right, hold on. Mike, again, Hamilton's been solid, but calling him Dustin Pedroia, come on. Yeah, the national anthem last night was rough. What up, Speed? What'd you guys think of the home run derby? Did you watch the whole thing? What's up, Mr. Super? First stream, man. This one is going to be an interesting. This is an interesting first stream, my friend. Normally we do Red Sox games, and it's a lot more focused. But tonight, you know what? We're gonna mess around a little bit. We're gonna have some fun. Time for York. York, in my opinion's a little bit off. Like your new profile picture? Yeah. I thought for the first time this year, like I normally don't say that the Derby's like annoying. It wasn't annoying. It was just really long. Like it felt longer than normal. What up, Genetic? Time for you to get traded. What up, Edgar? Hey, Aunt Sue. I did see that, Assassin. Very sad. Do you think Costas would perform at his best when he returns in mid to late August? Whoa. I don't know, Christian. That's kind of a lot. I think they're taking it one step at a time. Like I think right now they're still looking at it, and we'll see what he's like at the end. If at the end of this week he is still only dry swinging, hitting off of a tee, I think we may have a bit of a problem in terms of when he's coming back. But Conrad, 700 million. I don't get that, Genetic. I saw you tweet that at me too. I didn't get that. So much better than the AL. Why not Nick York's time? Because he hasn't had a ton of time in AAA right now. So I think what I would want if I were a front office is saying, hey, okay, this is a great month, but is this a flash in the pan or is this a more sustainable? In 4 years, this draft will have been pretty huge. I made a video today talking about it. I don't know if we'll make a video recapping the entire draft. I don't want to do too much draft content, but I do think it's pretty impressive that the Red Sox went out there and they said, hey, we got real lucky in the first rounds. Not even lucky. They were the ones to take that guy, right? He was available. They took advantage of the opportunity. No one else did. And then after that, they went, all right, now time to focus up. We're going to get the people that we need to go get. And they had a plan and they executed, man. We'll see how it works up. Oh, well, I see, Genetic. I see. And they went out there with a plan. Uh, I don't think Roman is ready yet for Major League Baseball. I know, Harrison. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I did see we got D'Angelo Ortiz. Maybe we'll talk about him in the next couple of days, but is he good? He's worthy of getting drafted, I think, for sure. Braden gets called before Roman. It's Braden. I would say probably not, but I would. It's not impossible. They're the same age, basically. um, yeah, D'Angelo Ortiz is worth getting drafted. I think he was drafted in the right round. I don't think it was strictly nepotism. No, I don't. Obviously I think there was some of it. I mean, clearly there was some of it, right? Oh, I haven't been able to turn this on in a while. Let's turn this on. Oh, there's Jaron Duran. Oh, there's Tanner. Dude, the pictures of them riding the bull was so funny. The fact that we missed out on Rafael Devers riding a bull picture makes me unbelievably aggravated. Would you mind trade for Jose Iglesias? I don't know. Montgomery is the overwhelming majority of the Red Sox, while the others expendable for signing money. I don't know so much, Eric. It seems it was too it was too calculated. The fact that they went very specifically with college arms that were very specific, right? They went with lower slotted arms. They went with arms that have a particular strength that they can build off of. They went with very, very specific players. To me, that doesn't feel like, okay, we got Montgomery. Now let's get a bunch of maybes just so we can sign Montgomery. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Yeah, Jaron Sue was sick. Jaron Sue was so sick. Yeah, I like the older jerseys. I like them being able to wear their own individual jerseys. I said this. They went for cheaper players. Again, you are like the assumption is that you are making that. We have no idea, right? And again, I really think you look at what they did, it's too pointed for it to be just a simple all cash equation. Again, look at the pitchers that they got, and they were all very specifically chosen because they had one outstanding attribute and other things to build off of. They also had a whole lot of pitchers who were very specifically huge extensions, big fastballs, and off-speed pitches that need work with a very certain release point, right? It's not just that they just decided to go get these guys because, hey, these guys are all going to sign under slot. To do that would be absolutely ridiculous. There was a pointed, clear strategy, and they executed on it. I don't think it has everything to do with money, Eric. I really don't. What did I have for dinner? I had a breakfast sandwich. Who? Braden Montgomery? Yeah, he'll probably be top 10 in the system. He'd probably be top 5. Yeah, I mean it's exactly clear what they did. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty solid, Harrison. I mean, it's exactly what they did, right? They said, "Okay, they've set up a system that they believe is worthy of really expediting the process of getting these guys to the big leagues." So they said, "Okay, let's get as many as humanly possible." Any new prospects interviews coming up? Yeah, I got one with Matthew Lugo coming out soon. I appreciate that, Dylan. Thank you so much for watching, man. Good effort. Thank you. Took the Phillies private jet? Yeah, that makes sense. Fourth best player taken. Yeah, he was I think pretty unanimously a top 10 prospect. I think people got nervous about the I think people got nervous about the broken ankle. Red Sox trade for Andrew Vaughn? Possibly. Yeah, I think I would say most, if not all, people had him in their top 10. Yeah, he probably will get over his slot, I'd assume. Do I think D'Angelo Ortiz signs? Yeah, I do. I mean, it's not like he was getting any other offers. To stay in school one more year is definitely possible, but a lot of people disrespect Mydroth and Sogard so much. It's not so much disrespect as it is neither of them are really first base prospects. None of them are really gonna. I mean, Nick Sogard may be able to give you some power at the major league level, but I don't think it'll ever be anything crazy. And Chase has a fantastic on base percentage, but who are the Red Sox trade chips? I think Eric, you ask this every stream, and I think the answer is still the same. I think it's everyone outside the big three is going to be on the table. I also think that outfielder trade's more permanent. I think it actually has to happen at some point. Yeah, Ortiz's son was pretty solid, actually. He was a good table setter in college. One touch Campbell. I think absolutely Campbell's on the table. In all honesty, if they are comfortable, if you think about it, if they're comfortable with where they are, he could be a perfect trade candidate. Who do we trade in the outfield? Yeah, I think both those guys could be on the table, Eric. I really don't think anyone's off limits for the Sox right now. You're high on every prospect, Lawson. I would hate to see Abreu go, but the problem is you gotta commit. You gotta commit. It could be Anthony. It could be Abreu. It could be Duran. I mean, you gotta trade someone. You have to trade someone. You just drafted another outfielder that's probably going to be a top 5 prospect, if not very quickly one of your top 3 prospects, especially if one of the 3 gets into the major leagues at any point soon. It's going to be very quickly. Yeah, he could, yo. He definitely could. The question is, he's already 20 years old, right? He would have to transfer and have a monster season. It's a big bet to make. Did I put some bets? No, I always let my girlfriend choose the home run derby winner. Last year she picked correctly. This year, not so much. O'Neal's not someone. Lawson, none of those guys are going to get you what you need. None of them. I mean, none of them. Ref Snyder's another guy again. I don't know. Evaldi for all of them, maybe, but the Rangers have already said they're not willing to trade Nathan Evaldi, so I don't think so. Weekly. Yeah, I could. Prodigy, I could. Never watch baseball again. Would he rate there? He probably would, Aaron. I don't know what the odds are. I think he'd like to make it in Major League Baseball. Brendan Rodgers, is he having a decent season? I don't know if he's having a decent season. You say Kikuchi? Yeah, he's probably on the market, but Yeah, Houck could probably get an inning. What's up, Spencer? Need a left-handed pitcher. They just it doesn't really need to be Jazz Chisholm. Nah, he doesn't fit in. Another outfield lefty. No, it doesn't make sense. Tariq Skubal. That would cost one of your big three. I don't know if the Sox are going to do that. Actually, I would almost guarantee the Sox wouldn't. You would do Roman straight up for Skubal. My issue with Skubal is that he's fantastic right now. He's had a lot of injury issues. No, you don't. Reese Olson's not a real option. You need someone who's thrown a full season before. Do I think the Yankees will sell the deadline? No. I mean, ideally you'd want them to go. Ideally, you'd want them to go and get a controllable starting pitcher. The price is going to be insane. Like if it's anyone, yeah, it'll be Fetty, Eric Fetty. In my opinion, Eric Fetty's sort of like, and we talked about it, right? That's sort of like the tier that I see it in. The other one that keeps coming up that I think could be an interesting one. The problem is trading with someone in the NL is going to be tough. Garrett Crochet would be great, but he has an innings limit this year. That's not going to help the Red Sox this year. I don't know if that's going to be plausible. I mean, you already have Cutter's on pace for 191 innings. Tanner's on pace for 199 innings. Neither of them have pitched more than 130 innings before in a season. So it was definitely someone else's ass, and Mike's been on that train for a while. Yeah, he's a fine up and coming pitcher, but they're going for they need to get innings. They don't need to get fine pitcher. What do I mean inning limits with Garrett Crochet? Well, Garrett Crochet's never pitched a full season in Major League Baseball before, right? He's been a reliever up until halfway through last season. Modern decision, I've got nothing on that. I wish I could. So here's what I'm talking about with inning limits, Tony. Garrett Crochet since 2020 pitched 6 innings in 2020, 54 innings in 21, and 12 innings in 2023, right? Now all of a sudden he's up to 107 and a third innings. Going into the second half of the season, that's on pace for right around that 180, 190 mark, which is fantastic. But as we all know, elbows, shoulders, backs, obliques have become an issue with pitchers throughout Major League Baseball. So what teams have been doing is limiting innings on younger pitchers to hope and slowly increase their ability to pitch a full season's worth of value. Instead of trying to get them to go a full season, blowing themselves out in the first year and messing up the next 3 years, they say, okay, we'll give them 130 innings their first season, then we'll do 150 innings, and then we'll go full go, right? So with a guy like Garrett Crochet, who's already had an injury history, that becomes even more relevant. Because, again, you don't want to re-injure something. You don't really want to try and make something even worse. So now you're sitting here and you're like, okay, well, now there's not really much we can do in terms of how we sort of increase them. Getting to the trade deadline is one thing. Getting to the end of the season is an entirely different thing. Yeah, I haven't heard anything on Modern Decision. I wonder if they are waiting until I wonder if they can wait until after the deadline or after the All-Star break, Eric, or we hear tomorrow, one of the two. Cal Quantrill, that's someone who I think the Red Sox would be interested in. Obviously, obviously, he had a solid season last year, but I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can wait until after the All-Star break, Eric, or we hear tomorrow, one of the two. Cal Quantrill, that's someone who I think the Red Sox would be interested in. He had a, I mean, obviously, the thing with Cal Quantrill is that he's pitching in Colorado. So obviously the statistics don't look as crazy, but let's go into pitching splits in 24, see how he's doing home and away. All right, he's actually pitching worse away, so that's something to keep an eye on. But it's not terrible statistics. A 4.11 ERA and someone who can give you, and Cal Quantrill's pitched a full season before, hasn't he? Yeah, he pitched 106 innings, 150 innings. That's kind of what you're looking for. Jameson Taillon might not be a bad look at. Flaherty would be fantastic. Flaherty would be incredible. That one's probably expensive. Is he signing a multi-year deal? I think he is, right? Kenta Maeda. Kenta to me is a little too old. What was I looking up? Jack Flaherty, right? Yeah, Flaherty would be a good option. He's he's experienced. He's had legitimate success before. I'm just looking at to see. No, it's a 1 year, $14 million deal, so it would be a rental. I don't know. Flaherty would make a lot of sense. That's sort of the caliber I think you'd look at, right? Rich Hill. That'd be so funny if they brought him back. How expensive would Steele be? Probably pretty expensive. I'd assume the other thing too is I don't think the Cubs would be willing to full on trade with. I don't think the Cubs would be full on ready to trade for him. Gio Urshela, maybe. He doesn't have a ton of experience at first though. Whitlock isn't coming back this season, so we don't need to worry about that. He hasn't been very good, to be honest with you, this year. Gio, he's been really kind of bad. Brent Rooker would not be cheap. Brent Rooker will be probably really expensive. Any word on Hendricks? He'll probably be. I would guess Hendricks comes back mid-August. Martin Perez. I'm good with Martin Perez. Casas. I hope he's back soon. Jason Foley. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know. Casey Mize had almost as much injury history as. I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you. Yeah, Casey Mize had almost as much an injury history as Tariq Skubal. The problem with that is I think teams are going to be afraid to give him anything crazy. Vlad Jr., he's not going anywhere. I don't know, Tony. I really don't think Breslow would do that. I don't know. Call it blind faith, but I really don't think he would do that. Kyle Gibson? Sure. Why not? Bullpen arm? And maybe. I would guess probably not. I don't think that they're going to. I really don't think that they're going to add too much if they do. So I think they focus on one position or maybe two positions. Get someone small to be a right-handed power bat in the lineup, or someone that makes contact from the right-hand side, right? Um, so I don't think they go full on and get a ton of different people, but I do think if you get a starting pitcher, you could put, Criswell, Mata, maybe at some point Fitz into the bullpen as opposed to rotation. That strengthens your bullpen pretty immediately. Who can they bring up to give 5 innings? No one right now. Appreciate that, Tony. Thank you. Yeah, Assassin. I think at this point the only way they trade Lawson, dude. I know where you stand on Fitz. Okay, we don't need to have this argument every stream. He's not major league ready yet. Did see that, AJ? Yeah. Weakest player in the Red Sox lineup right now? Yeah, McGuire's probably a good pick. That's what I was thinking too, but he's not an everyday regular. I'm trying to think of like an everyday player that's the weakest in the lineup right now. Dom? Yeah, I mean, overall, it's probably is Dom Smith, but Massa's been hot though. I was saying with Kenley, I think we're at the point now where the only way they trade him is if they get blown away by a trade, like to the point where you just can't say no. Like someone flat out comes over and just overpays. You know what I mean? Like someone gives them like a top 10 prospect for him in their system, not overall, but just like a top 10 prospect. I think it'd be Lefty Killer Rob. Definitely not Lefty Killer Rob. Definitely not. Moss has been really hot lately. That's a tough one to say. In my opinion, overall, it's probably Dom or McGuire. It's definitely not Abreu, no. Billiard's had his ups and downs, but he's still a well above average hitter. I gotta switch chairs. Hold on, chat. Put my back support on the new chair. That feels better. Abreu seek medical attention. Been hurt once, but okay. I don't hate these. I really don't hate these jerseys. I don't think they're that bad. No, Hamilton's been solid for the most part this year, I would say. How many intros are they going to have to this thing? This is ridiculous. Margaret might, it's not really a new chair. It's just a different chair. I have one chair for one desk, one chair for the other. What's up, Wes? No, I'm not getting any warning on the TV. How was Fenway the other day? Pretty great. Red Sox did well. Average day in New England, true. Yeah, I don't have anything. Absolutely not, Lawson. No. Yeah, I did, Wes. Got to get to more games this year. Yeah, it's been fun. Assassin, thank you so much for becoming a member. Can we get some claps to the chat for Assassin, please? Yeah, dude. Martin Maldonado has a negative 1.5 WAR. Reese has been. I understand you're a big Reese hater, Lawson, but Reese has a 0.2 WAR. I mean, that would be. I mean, that'd be absolutely. That'd be so dumb. Wow, that's crazy, Mike. All right. Well, I mean, what are we doing? The problem is it's going to take two to tango with that, Christian. And I do think a big, and we talked about it 100 times. And versatility was really the main first one to mention this. It's going to have a lot to do with depending on the trade deadline. The last 2 years, Cora's gone in the deadline close to or in a playoff position, and they didn't end up doing anything. And I think that rubbed Cora really the wrong way. I think it rubbed him a long way the wrong way. That's not what I meant. But you know what I mean, right? He was clearly miffed about the way the Red Sox handled the deadline the last 2 years. And I think that's a big reason because things can totally change after a deadline. And both years, the front office gave no faith. And obviously a lot of that had to do. Yeah, I agree, Skylar. Look, I don't know. I look at it and I think it takes two to tango. Yeah, when we got Schwarber, and look what happened, right? That team was fighting for a division too, but 51% sounds righty. It might be a little bit less than that. It might be like 40 something percent. Westbrook isn't a major league player. No, but he's a decent depth piece. Not everyone needs to be in a major league regular to impact a team, you know. I mean, yeah, Christian, obviously. That was a massive one, but that was back in 2018, right? I think in terms of recent success, I would say the Kyle Schwarber one's a good one. Am I going to Fenway? I mean, yeah. Who's my favorite pick in the draft? I mean, Braden Montgomery has to stand out, right? But I like Neely a lot. That high school kid they picked up, Conrad, if they can get him truly signed, that could be big. That could be big. People didn't think he was fully ready to get into Major League Baseball. People thought he would commit and try and raise his draft stock enough to where he doesn't need to go in the later rounds. But if the Red Sox can lock him down, they took a chance on taking him. Man, that could be massive. Christian Vasquez trade was a win for sure, but I also think that one took longer to develop. It wasn't so much as a help immediately to the team as I think Alex Cora would like. Do I think Romeo will become an everyday starter soon? I think he could, especially at second base. When do you think we start seeing trades happen? I would say around the 20th. Someone will. It won't pop off until the very end, like the last day. But yeah, I think we'll start seeing some trades. I think we'll see a trades here and there. They'll probably be small to start off. Why do they wait so long? Because I think a lot of people want a full picture. Right? It's a lot easier to convince someone at the trade deadline than look, you make a decision now. We got an offer on the table. I don't think you're going to go anywhere. This helps your team in the future. Whereas if you go to them now, they say, well, we got, 15 games until the deadline. They go on a little bit of a streak here. It changes everything. It changes, so much can change before the deadline. Any hope for Vaughn? Yeah, I think there's still absolutely hope for Vaughn Grissom to be the second baseman. Alex Cora mentioned we never really saw a full Vaughn Grissom. He talked about it, right? When he came back, he wasn't 100%. He was still dealing with that injury. Obviously, the flu stuff we talked about. He battled through that. He battled through the hamstring as long as he could before getting onto the IL. Yeah, 31st is the deadline. It's going into August 1st. Third inning, Wes. Would I rather Grissom or York if I had to pick one? Probably Grissom. He has success at the major league level. He's a higher ceiling prospect. I guess the computer doesn't agree with me. No, the deadline's 31st. I think it's technically the 1st, so 31st at midnight. How do I feel about the Dodgers series? I think it'll be a bloodbath a little bit. Obviously, you're not getting the Dodgers at their full capabilities. Mookie's still out. Glasnow's probably not coming back. Google says deadline's the 30th. It's the last day in July, whatever that is. Let me see. No, it should be the 31st. Yeah, I guess it is July 30th trade deadline. I was wrong. Looks like it ends at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. July 30th. It got changed. The trade deadline almost fell on July 30th, 31st at 4 p.m. So it changed this year. Changed this year, so it's the 30th. Change it back. What prospects do I not want the Red Sox to trade at the deadline? Kyle Teal. I would say Marcelo. I don't want them to part with Luis Perez, but I think if a deal's there, I think you take it. Especially the influx of pitchers. And I put Anthony in there. If you get a solid pitcher without using any of the big three, I think you did pretty well. What are your predictions for the next handful of series? I'm going to say they go dead even until the deadline. I don't know, man. Anthony could be an absolute stud. Absolute stud. Which outfielders do I think are expendable? I think Christian Campbell. I think Miguel Blaze. Honestly, I'd say anyone out of Roman Anthony becomes really expendable. A million other options too, maybe, but I think they try for other people before that. Willier, I think Willier could. I think it's possible. The problem is if you're trying to win now, right? Does trading Willier do anything? Roman win? Yeah, Roman won the skills showcase. Basically just by hitting a crap ton of bombs. It was awesome. Is Miguel Blaze the odd man out? I think he could be. It changes that, right? It depends on how they're looking at it. Someone is. And I really don't think it's, I don't know. Crochet's going to be tough because there's an inning limit. And the Red Sox need someone without an innings limit. Proven solid major league player. That's fair, but you could also, I mean, you look at the potential, and he's a solid everyday player, but man, he could be Roman Anthony could be a MVP candidate. Yeah, I know how old Crochet is. It doesn't help the Red Sox this year because he's probably going to end up having to get shut down after 150 innings. So he's got essentially like 50 innings left. Could also be a bust. Definitely could be. Absolutely. But the Red Sox have to make that gamble. Vlad Jr., the Blue Jays aren't going to trade Vlad Jr. Who is the biggest upside? It's Roman Anthony by a mile. I think over Rob Abreu's solid, don't get me wrong, but man, what days the members only streams? I got to figure that out. It usually changes every week. We'll probably do it next week. We'll probably do our members only next week at some point. Anthony and Blaze. I don't know. Justin Turner would be solid. Here's my fear with Justin Turner is that he dealt with injuries last year. He really wasn't all that good. At the end of last season. And on top of that, defensively, man, can you throw him out there every 3 or 4 days? Costa Rica next week. Sorry to hear that, Prodigy. Are out until mid-August, so where's their depth? Well, I mean, bullpen-wise, you've got to make a decision on Mata. You've got the deadline, right? So you got to figure out what you're doing there. Second base, you have a couple. Are you saying that because he's missing the stream? First base, you got Dom, you got Romy. You've got the depth there at the major league level to survive, and you have survived to that point, Eric. So, how do you not think the Sox aren't? I mean, they quite literally the best record in the American League right now over like all these teams since May 18th. Reach of the draft. The Cincinnati Reds, whoever they took, I forget the name of the guy, but that was the reach of the draft in my opinion. Hagen Smith, is that who it was? Yeah, that guy gives up way too many home runs. Chase Burns, that's it. There's no depth in the Woo Sox. I wouldn't exactly say that. I think there are people who, if need be, could fill in. And the problem is, Eric, what do you want to do about that, right? I mean, 3 of your big guys are injured. It's not like they can go out and just refill a farm system. That's the problem, right? So you got to make do with what you got. So again, David Hamilton was the guy everyone said that's not depth. That's not going to be a guy who's going to make an impact. All of a sudden, he's making an impact, right? Romy Gonzalez. You told me Romy Gonzalez was expendable. Now he's one of the better defensive and depth pieces on the team. So it's about people stepping up, not so much, we've got a potential perennial all-star in Worcester, right? It doesn't need to be that. These guys just need to be able to play the position and give the Red Sox some some time here if they need to. And so you look at it and you say, well, they don't have any depth. Well, they didn't have any depth to start the season, and now they're battling for first place, right? So everyone keeps telling me there's no depth, there's no star power, there's no nothing, yet here they are. So you look at, okay, so where's the depth on the Woo Sox? Well, all right, you've got Chase Meidroth, who's been killing it this year, and maybe he's not an MLB All-Star, but he fields a position well. He's going to be able to get on base. Then you go and look at, okay, what about a guy like Nick Sogard? Okay, he's a guy who's been in Worcester a little bit. He has a ton of defensive versatility. He could bat from both sides of the plate. Right? That's a guy who, hey, maybe that's someone who comes up if you need it. I think he's kind of on the short list right now for players in terms of depth. Sogard plays the outfield. I'm well aware of where they play, Lawson. Thanks. Who do you think is the most expendable out of the big three? Man, I don't know. I think it's Roman Anthony just because of depth, but will you stop doing these? Please stop giving me $50. I feel really bad. How many picks should we draft? 8 of the 12 picks. I feel really bad for this, man. You gotta stop doing that. Can we get as many likes as humanly possible on that message, please? He says, hey, Corbin, thanks for going live, although it's the All-Star break. Hey, I love hanging out with you guys. They're underestimated, overachieving, and likable. We'll do little to nothing of the deadline. I think little to nothing, actually. If you do little, I think you're still... I think doing a little still helps this team. You need to do something, right? What's up, TD? You need to do something, right? I think that's the thing. If they do nothing, then yeah, it's a huge problem. But in 21, you get Kyle Schwarber, and he became a fan favorite, and he helped out a lot. But again, thank you for the $50 donation. That's unbelievably kind of you. Thank you so much. Lacking the most pitching. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I guess throughout the system as a whole. Yeah, you've got a bunch of people coming back from injury that are going to be additions as well. What would all three of their values be worth? Anthony's the most valuable. Very conservative. It's not conservative, Eric. It's just I don't even understand what you're saying. Fitz is going to be a legitimate everyday impact arm, right? You don't want to bring him up just to fill a hole. York has been there for less than a month. Everyone told me when I made that York video, hey, wait a second here, Corbin. That's not enough time to determine. Now all of a sudden I'm the one being conservative, right? Here's the problem with saying conservative. You're talking about guys who could be everyday impact players. Right? You're talking about guys who could be everyday impact players versus guys who you asked where the depth was. So I told you where the depth was, Eric, and you sit here and you tell me, oh, no. Our depth is Fitz and York. That's the problem. Those guys aren't depth. Those guys are legitimate pieces to a future team or a legitimate piece to a major league team. So even if you want to sit there and say Fitz and York need to be the ones that get called up, why would you expose them before the MLB trade deadline if that's where you were going to go with these guys? Right? So you look at this and you say, okay, well, where's the depth, Corbin? I just gave you 7 names. Or I could give you 7 names if you want. Right? But you didn't ask who are the future impact pieces of the AAA level. You just asked where's the depth. There's a big difference. And then of course you have to also think about the deadline as well. If you go into it and you've overexposed, say Nick York comes up, Eric, in 2 days, because hey, the Red Sox need depth, and he gets 15 at bats. He gets 15 at bats at the major league level, and he goes 0 for. He goes 0 for. Now all of a sudden you're calling dudes, right? Now all of a sudden you're calling dudes, and you're saying, hey, you know, we got this kid Nick York. He was absolutely insane in AAA, and they look at you and again and they go, what the hell does that matter? You went 0 for 15 at the big league level. We very clearly saw he couldn't handle off-speed pitching at the major league level. Why would we give him anyone? Right? Am I crazy? Like, and then Fitz, great. Yeah, maybe he could give us 5 innings needed until the deadline, or maybe he goes out there, he gets absolutely shelled because, again, his off-speed pitch isn't where he wants it to be, isn't the organization wants it to be, and it gets slaughtered at the big league level. What does that do for his, not only his confidence, the future plans the Red Sox have for him, and again, you throw him out on a trade deadline, you say, hey, look, we're going to dangle it. You know what I mean? So there's a huge difference between saying I'm being conservative with prospects that can make a legitimate impact and I'm overhyping prospects who I'm not overhyping. Nick Sogard coming up for 2 weeks after the deadline because, hey, Romy Gonzalez pulled a hamstring again isn't going to change the entire course of the Red Sox future. He's going to be a solid depth piece. He's going to be someone who comes up here, does his job, even just simply fields the baseball, or can simply go in there and hit against right-handed pitchers or a left-handed pitcher when you need him because, hey, Rafael Devers, he's nursing that shoulder injury. You got to get someone out there or you lose your star player for the next 6 weeks. Now, there's a difference between Eric trolling and Eric having a legitimate conversation. It's just a legitimate conversation, right? I mean, I'm not trying to kill the guy. He didn't make a terrible take. I just think there's a big difference between wanting to ensure that someone who could be legitimately impactful at the major league level is ready for the major league level, and guys like Meidroth and Sogard who are more than likely going to end up as depth pieces for this Red Sox team and their utilization over the next months or so. I think there's a big difference. I have to do this thing with the All-Star game because it's just ridiculous that it's on Fox. I have to go onto their like channel and refresh the page every. Oh, there's Tariq Skubal. Hulu Live. I don't think these are the most hideous uniforms. But I don't have a TV. I have no room for a TV in my office, I don't think. Fitz has been all right this year. To be honest with you, the statistics to me don't mean a whole lot because I know what he's focusing on. He's focusing on improving the break and location of his off-speed pitches, even though he loves his fastball. So to me, it's more so how is his off-speed looking? Because once his off-speed gets dialed in, that's when you start to be like, all right, here we go. Sales trade every day looks horrible. I don't think so. Again, you look at Sale, right, and you get you traded a year of Sale for 6 years of Grissom. You're not going to understand how that trade worked out until probably year 3 or 4. And TD, you were definitely someone who jumped down Sale's throat pretty quickly here. I guarantee it. And on top of that, you really think that with all the pressure that Sale had coming into this season, Chris Sale is the lightest he's ever been on his feet in the last 4 years. And the reason for that is because he's in a new place. He doesn't have the pressure of, all the things that went wrong in Boston. And on top of that, We saw Chris Sale have a good first half last year. And then what happened? He broke down in the second half. You don't think that could happen again? Yeah, Fitz is in AAA. Take to get Brent Rooker, probably a pretty decent amount. He's having an incredible season. He's under control for 3 or 4 years, I would think. Yeah, 3 or 4 probably makes sense. Grissom's been here for 22 games, TD. Pipe down. Do you know the plan for the A's next year? Yeah, they're playing in Sacramento, I think. All right, like 22 games, TD. I'll say this till I'm red in the face every year. 22 games is so little to judge a player off of, especially when he still has 6 more years to control. It's the same conversation we had with Casas last year. It's the same conversation we had with Williard this year. Are they going to be impactful after 22 games? People wanted Tristan Casas gone from this team. Right? If they could potentially lose Jansen, no, because at the same time, or say Don Rafael this year. There's Jaron Duran for the first 2 years, Tanner Houck for the first 3 years. I mean, your 2 All-Stars are a prime example as to why you shouldn't give up on someone after 22 games. No, I don't, Steven. What's up, Mr. South of Boston? Hope you're doing well. Thoughts on Teoscar Hernandez has been playing? I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. I TD. He was fine defensively for the. He was a liability defensively for the Braves because they had an everyday second baseman in Ozzy Albies, and he was stuck at shortstop. Right? They moved him off his shortstop, and all of a sudden he did fine. And when he was with the Red Sox, he did fine. You're basing this off of his shortstop as opposed to his second base. No, they're both lefties, Christian. You're righty. What's my projection for Mata? I don't know, man. I think they give him a shot in the bullpen because you got guys that you can like. Greg Weisert, I think, is someone you can option down at AAA and sort of let him, figure things out for a little bit. If you need to, you can bring him back up, give Mata at least a shot at the major league level, and then. But yeah, the Teoscar not signing with the Red Sox hurts, man. Really does. Yeah, Weiser in AAA probably not the worst idea in the world. Yeah, Slade needs to be all right. They're saying they should get him back by the end of the Dodgers series. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I whenever they say elbow inflammation, man, immediately it's rough. Not something you want to see. I wonder if Duran's gonna get too many. He probably get one at bat. Rafael will be in the outfield. Rafael will 1,000% be in the outfield. Think Bayo works on his mentality? I mean, he has to. He's sick at shortstop. He's great at shortstop. He is statistically twice as valuable in center field. He's one of the best center fielders in the entire sport, if not the best center fielder in the entire sport. It'd be so dumb to take him out of the outfield, especially when you got Marcel Maya coming up for shortstop. And not to mention you got Trevor Story in there at some point too. Would Duran move to left? Yeah. Duran's also fantastic in left field as well. So it's like, to me, it makes no sense. Oh, you put Roman Anthony in right field. You put Cedon in center. And you put Duran in right or left. Either one. Doesn't really matter. Martin seems toast. I don't know. We'll see. He got shut down for a while. You have to put Roman Anthony in center field? No, you don't. Certainly not. Especially when you have, say, Don Rafaela. What do you do with Abreu? Well, that's what you got to figure out. Who's staying? We've been talking about this all stream. Who's staying? It probably will be, Dill. The only problem is if Yankees keep Soto. No, it's not. We're not talking about right now, Lawson. We're talking about next year. Henry effect tonight? What's Henry effect about this? That they have great young talented players? I mean, Eric, what's the Henry effect here? Oh, you're talking like the Rays. Yeah, because the Red Sox have an incredible amount of homegrown talent. We're talking about the Rays? No, we're talking about the 2018 Red Sox. If we're being totally honest here, Eric, you're talking about the 2018. Where do you fit? Where do you fit so many great prospects or homegrown stars? You think that's a bad conversation to have? I would argue it's a very good conversation to have. Would you not? I mean, I think it'd be a little ridiculous. Where's Romy fit in? Nowhere. He probably won't be on the team. I'm not making your point for you, TD. I'm telling you someone has to go because Cedon Rafaela is twice as valuable in center field than he is at shortstop, and you have a top 10 prospect in the entire sport coming up. And you have Trevor Story, who's one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball. Oh, he hasn't been healthy. Yeah, you're right, but next season's a brand new season. What do you do with him? It's Marcelo Meyer, not Mayers. Story will injure something out. Great, you've got a top 10 prospect in the entire sport ready to come up to shortstop. What are we talking about? I think he's playing for the Nats AAA team. There's no logic there. The only logic is recency bias. That's it. Yeah, Chavis seems like a good guy. Red Sox is a serious trader. It's because they haven't really proved they are going to be a serious trader. TD, everything you're saying is based on a half a season, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Again, would you have said this about Jaren Duran 2 years ago, TD? Would you have said, hey, Duran's got no place in the team? Because I guarantee you probably did. Yeah, Giolito will definitely opt in. We also have Campbell, trade candidate. Can't wait for that Duran home run. I'm sitting here waiting for it. We got Houck up this one, though. Yeah, he did. All right, here's our boy. Tanner Houck, baby. Look at that sinker. Can't compare apple to oranges. I absolutely can, because the fact that you think that Vaughn Grissom isn't dealing with a ton of shit for 22 games, mentally, physically, and with an entirely different team is ridiculous and close-minded. It means you're trying to win an argument by ignoring facts. That's what you're doing. I haven't seen any other trade videos. Yeah, because I don't exist outside of videos, right, Eric? Right? Yeah, it is kind of wild, though. I agree. Who would I rather trade? I would Abreu, Anthony, and Duran. God. Any of these answers, people are gonna hate it. If Marcus Semien allows a run for Tanner Houck, I'm gonna lose my mind. Fact is, you're wrong. He hasn't done anything in Major League Baseball. That's just statistically untrue. Kept a guy who was not that good of a hitter. Again, untrue. Orlando Arcia was a fantastic hitter in 2023. I mean, dang it. Tanner. We agree to disagree. It's not a matter of agreeing or disagreeing. You are factually wrong in everything you have said, TD. There's no agree to disagree. You are factually wrong. I'm sorry. Like there's no argument. You are wrong. You gave me the facts. You gave your opinion as to they kept a guy who was not good of a hitter. It's statistically wrong. They kept a guy who was a solid hitter at the Major League level in 2023. The fact you said that he's done nothing in Major League Baseball, also wrong. He was a above average Major League Baseball hitter in his season, with his first season with the Braves in 2022. And he's always injured. Wrong. He's had 2 goddamn injuries this season. Those are the first 2 legitimate injuries of his Major League career. None of what you said that you claim to be facts is correct in any sense of the word. You've done nothing but give your opinion and call it fact. Can we please get something here for Tanner? Thank you. I just think, I mean, Tanner's throwing 91, dude. I think Tanner's like, yeah, I'm going to pitch in this game. I don't really give a crap about it. Calm down? No, I'm not going to calm down. Like his slider, 83. That's kind of average. Watch his sinker, though. It's like 91. Okay, that one was 94. Now he's getting angry. But I promise you, that one to Ohtani was like 92. Yeah, give me some nice pills by having legitimate conversations. They did not trade him when he was hitting 211, T. You are completely and utterly ignoring the fact that last season he was a incredibly defensive player. He was hitting at an average major league level in 22 and 23. And let's head into his baseball savant page, shall we? He was an all-star in 2022. Let's go into that. All-star in 2022. He is in the 85th percentile in defensive ability this year. Last year, he was in the 88th percentile. And in 2022, all right, 2022 wasn't fantastic, we'll be honest, but he didn't qualify. Either way, what you're looking at is a above average major league player in Orlando Arcia. They took a chance. So you need to go to when he was actually traded as opposed to what he's doing right now. Still incorrect. What are my thoughts saying at them last night? Was fantastic. Max Fried. I don't know who they're going to need, to be honest with you. The question is, who do they get at the deadline? Because if they get someone that's controllable into next year, do they even go after really anyone big in the offseason? Because then you have a full rotation. You've got Whitlock coming back, which makes it 6, right? I don't know. Dom is their glue. Hey, Dom's been good. What's up, Joe? TD, they didn't make the goddamn trade after a half a year of 2024, did they? They made the trade before 2024. How many times do I have to say that? I think Bay will be better in the second half. He's looked a little bit better. Keep Witt as a starter again? I don't know, man. We talked about it. I think it's a bad idea. Campbell for Flaherty. I would want someone with control if you're giving up Campbell, in my opinion. What is O'Neal's contract? Just this year. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Braden Montgomery, man. I'm actually pretty psyched. Yeah, that's the thing. I think Whitlock has the potential to be a very legitimate starting pitcher. The problem is I just don't know if he's going to be able to be a starting pitcher with his health. So is O'Neal a potential trade piece? I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibilities, but I don't know. My boy Paul Skeens? Why is he my boy Paul Skeens? I think it's because Altuve dropped out, Braji. Yeah, the problem is with trading O'Neal, you'd be trading out of your realm of depth. And I don't know if you'd be able to do that. Like, you can't get rid of O'Neal, who does hit lefties well. Who's Lozano? Luzardo? No, Luzardo would do nothing this year. He's going to be injured for probably the rest of the season. That would actually be a really bad trade. That guy hasn't had a healthy season his entire career. I wanted him real bad to start, but man, the more you look at it, Luzardo's going to demand a lot, and he's going to get nothing in return. I mean, he's never pitched a full season. He's already on the 60-day. Yeah, he's too. Oh, so this is a guy. So wait a second, TD. Wait, wait a second here, TD. You're saying so? What you're saying is, hey, Luzardo might not work out this year because of injury, but next year. But next year you're good. You're good. You think he'll be productive next year? That's a wild assumption to make here, TD. Because considering he hasn't really done much statistically in Major League Baseball. You see the irony here, right? You see the irony here. Oh man. Oh God. We're trying to win now. Yeah, the AL said, "All right, enough of this." Yeah, I mean, Tanner Houck just said, "Hey, man, we're good." King enjoying Hawaii, man. Welcome. Don't put words in your mouth. I mean, that's what you just said. You said Vaughn Grissom was too injury prone for him to ever be good after 2 hamstring injuries. Jesus Luzardo's never made it through an entire major league season. But you're like, no. Well, that guy has 2 more years of control. At some point, he's got to be good. But this Grissom guy with 6 more years of control, he can't be good. I mean, I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm looking at the text right now. Would JD Martinez be cheap? Maybe. Coming back mid-August? Yeah, like Tristan Cott's supposed to come back at the beginning of June. But he has nasty stuff. See, again, come on. Grissom hasn't made a full season because he's been sent down. He got called up midway through his first season, and then he got sent down midway through his second season. I mean, what are we doing? Get it together, Chad. I want Jaron Duran. Give me Jaron Duran. Yeah, Duran will probably play like the 6th or 7th. So how about this hot weather? If Duran hits a tank, gets revenge for Tannen, that'd be wild. That'd be fantastic. Is David Fry starting the? Yeah. Hmm. Ready for October baseball? Same. Oh, Fry's pinch hitting for Jordan. We're starting to get the pinch hitters in here. Let's go. I mean, Mike, that's because Jose Altuve was better than David Hamilton, man. I wouldn't say Gary Crochet is fully out. I just think if you're looking at legitimately what this team needs, they need innings. Get going. Get going. Oh. Whew. You were going to vote for him over. I love you, Mike, man. You're so loyal. Do not trade Abreu or Duran. Then who are you trading, Digits? Because you just drafted who's going to be probably one of the better outfield prospects in the game next year. You have one of the better outfield prospects in the game. Not even a millennial. Dude, what are we doing? TD, I don't think you've got anything right so far in this stream, man. I'm not even a millennial. Here's it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this out there, guys. I love Duran as much as the next person. We've talked about it before. I love Duran as much as the next person, but you look at how historically guys who rely a lot on speed age. And look at where they're at in terms of his value in 2025, 2027. Right? I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying they should. Especially not this year. Duran has been by far and away the most important part of your team this season. But if they are going to make a decision this offseason or going into next offseason, it's a tough conversation, guys. Again, Duran's much better defensively and contract-wise than a lot of those guys. Member you? Oh, you got to pay for that. You can't just get membered. Right, but Ricky Henderson is a Hall of Famer. Duran doesn't rely on. Duran doesn't really rely on speed isn't exactly true, right? I mean, a lot of his doubles this year came from stretching singles into doubles. A lot of his ability to increase his defensive ability has come off of utilizing his speed. And again, I love Jarren Duran. This is not me crapping on Jarren Duran. I'm just talking if they're trying to figure out who is going to be on this team 27, 28. I don't know. It's a tough conversation to have. I don't know. Right? Do I want them to trade Jarren Duran? No. In 5 years, I think Duran is at worst an average hitter with above average defense. Okay, that's yeah, and I agree. I think that's sort of what your floor is right now for Jarren Duran, especially after what he's doing this season. But what is Wilyer Abreu and what are Roman Anthony going to look like in 5 years? Right, both of those guys are at the bare minimum going to be above average defensively. In 5 years, Roman Anthony will be 27. Right? Wilyer Abreu will be 30. You think both of those players are just league average? I mean, I don't know, man. I think that's a conversation you got to have, right? That's a conversation. This is why it's so difficult for the Red Sox. Has any Sox gotten in yet? Yeah, we're not talking about it right now, though. What up, Tommy? Oh. I'm not extending Connor Wong. Look, I am not vying for I'm not vying for a Jarren Duran trade. In fact, I would rather you not trade Jarren Duran. But at some point, you have to decide who's going to age better, because whoever you decide on, for better or worse, is going to be the future of your outfield. You already decided that Ceddanne Rafaela is not one of those guys. Right? Because they gave Ceddanne money. They said this is our defensive center fielder. I trade Campbell. I do, because you need to have value in what you're trading for, and if you're not willing to part with the big three, which it doesn't look like, I don't know. I think you got to get value somewhere, and if you aren't going to get rid of your top 20 prospects, the guys who are top 20 in Major League Baseball, well, then you got to find them somewhere. And you're not going to get rid of Teal because Teal's too valuable of a prospect in terms of the position he plays. Well, then who are you trading, TD? And how are you getting anybody? You wanted Luzardo. How are you going to get Luzardo without trading any of the big four? Blaze isn't worth as much as you think right now. All right, there's the question. I sit here. Okay, then who are you trading to go and get? Who are you going to trade and go and get a legitimate, controllable starting pitcher, or anyone except the big four? Who? Because right now you don't have a whole lot of value outside of the big four. Move Duran to second base? I don't think so. That's what we're trying to figure out, E. Who am I going to trade for, period? Yeah, that's the other question, right? We don't know who's going to be available right now. I don't know, man. It's a really, really interesting conversation. Casas would be really dumb because you have no depth at your first base. So trading the one of the stars of your team at a position where you have no depth for what? Just to avoid trading Marcel Meyer, Roman Anthony, or Kyle Teal? That's ridiculous. Abreu, sure, you can put him on the table. I don't love people saying, well, Ricky Henderson had speed until he was in his 50s. Yeah, he's also the that's like saying Willie Mays had power into his later years. Ted Williams had power into his later years, right? Well, of course they did. Those you're talking about the pantheon. I mean, Ricky Henderson's the best base stealer in the history of the game. That's an entirely different level than what we're talking about, right? Yeah, like you put Ricky. When you talk about speed in baseball, it's Ricky Henderson, and then about 30 feet below him's the next fastest player. Couldn't Wong play first base? He's played like 3 games total at first base. I wouldn't exactly sit here and say, oh, that's it. Get Corbin Burns next year. I'd be so pumped if they got Corbin Burns. I'd be so pumped if they got Corbin Burns. Probably not, then. Although, I don't know. Maybe one of them would want to get rid of him. Everyone's untouchable, but you want to acquire somebody. How? No, not trades. Sign in free agency. No, not trades. Trade Nick York. Again, you've got your top. We'll say top 3 or 4, right here. This is where like the top 100 prospects rank for the Red Sox this season. Okay, here's about I would say 5 through 15. Right, look at the gap. Right. So when you say, oh, we'll just trade Nick York for a great pitcher, well, sure, we would love that, but is there another team in Major League Baseball that's going to be like, yep, trade Von Grissom for what? All right, Robbie, appreciate you being here, man. Right, Von Grissom would be terrible. He is Clip, and that's definitely someone, right? But Grissom went for Chris Sale. It's before Grissom got injured. It's not the same. Yeah, but who's TD? You still haven't given me anyone that you would trade besides Casas, which is a terrible idea. I mean, realistic trade you would make this deadline if you were a GM and your rationale. Oh man. Oh man. That was a great play by Henderson. Oh my god. How'd the draft go? Did pretty well. I recapped it on a video. At least with the first 2 rounds. I probably won't do a third round video, but yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it went really well. I think the Red Sox had a legitimate strategy and went for it. Trade Bale for first base depth. Come on, guys. You're gonna trade a young, controllable, high ceiling starter for first base depth at his lowest value? I mean, reboot. Come on, man. Yoshida's his contract. No one's gonna pick that up. And again, Bayo, you look at it. Bayo's ceiling's all the way up here. He's down here right now. His value's down here right now. Oh, jeez. Trade for Profire? No, the Padres aren't selling Profire. I just don't. I don't know. A legitimate trade I'd like to see. I'd love to see the Red Sox go after Eric Fetty. I think that feels like the perfect option. He has experience. He threw 189 innings last year in the KBO. I understand different leagues, but man, I don't know honestly. I would do Campbell. All right, AJ, have a go one, man. I would do Campbell for Fetty. I would absolutely do, especially after what you got. Yeah, reboot. You're still ignoring the fact that Bayo's at his lowest value ever. You're getting nothing. You're getting nothing for him. You attach Yoshida to that, it's even worse. Would Freddie cost that much though? Yeah, he's got a year of control after this, and he's pitching like an ace, and he's only 30. Campbell alone get it done? It might not, no, but I think that'd be the headline. I would be all right with like Campbell and Valdez for Fetty. Uh, name's Christian Campbell. He's been absolutely killing it. Campbell's a top 100 prospect. Yeah, guys, you have to give something to get something. We can't sit here and say, "Oh, we want, we want Garrett Crochet," but hey, we're not giving up Abreu, Duran, Rafaela, Marcelo Meyer, Kyle Teal, Roman Anthony, Miguel Blaze, Christian Campbell. We're gonna give you Nick York and Bobby Dahlbeck, and you're gonna like it. It's just. What are you talking about, Mike? Right? I mean, who you can't give up nobody, right? You give up Abreu for Fetty, but again, you're kind of creating a hole there at the major league level. Campbell is a top 100 prospect. He was 89 on Baseball America. He's definitely going to be on the next top 100 MLB update. I mean, TD, you got to give up someone. You have to give up someone. It's just simply not enough to clip. It's not. It's not enough. For Red Sox fans, yeah, absolutely. For a he is. Yeah, Tristan Casas for Eric Fetty is maybe the worst idea you've had on stream today, T, and you've had some bad ideas on stream today. We have Jordan for future. Come on, TD, dude. I can't keep this conversation. Just gets worse and worse. SoxProspects.com. Like we are going to trade Tristan Casas for Eric Fetty, and then we're gonna have Blaze Jordan, who has been an average hitter in Double A, come up and replace Tristan Casas. How do I feel about trading for Chris Bassett? Garrett Crochet. Okay, all right, TD. You've been here the whole stream. You've heard me say it 3 times. Garrett Crochet. Also, Eric Fetty is a Chicago guy, by the way. But Garrett Crochet is going to be on an innings limit this year. If the Red Sox want to compete this season, they are not going to be able to afford a guy like Garrett Crochet because Garrett Crochet is going to be shut down probably about 150, 160 innings. That gives you 50 or 60 innings of Crochet this season for Tristan Casas with no first baseman. I wouldn't mind trading for Chris Bassett, Prodigy. I'm just nervous of what the Blue Jays are going to be asking for him, to be honest with you. Lawson with the 199 super chat. We had some claps in the chat for Lawson. Thank you so much. TD, just stop, bro. You don't know ball like Corbin. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it feels like sometimes we're not thinking through the trades all the way, right? You have to think of this from both sides, not just if the values match up. Winkowski and Valdez for Fetty, yeah, that's definitely not enough. Fenway needs an all-star game. Agreed. What makes Campbell more valuable than York? He's younger. That's a big thing. Play more positions, more power potential. Dolly super chat from Genetic. No message attached, but can we get some claps in the chat for him, please? Thank you. Yeah, I understand. Well, okay, so they're both 22, but Campbell has a lot more power. He can play more positions. He can play a better second base and outfield, to be honest with you. E. So Christian Campbell's your number 5 prospect, right? What 3 Miami guys are you talking about, man? Miami hasn't had great pitching this year. All of them are injured. Baseball America definitely doesn't have Blaze higher. I'd be shocked at that. I don't understand, but if Campbell sounds good, I think Valdez in pitching prospect with York sounds good. Yeah, possibly. Is anyone else having issues with my mic? Anyone else having issues with my mic? No, I sound good. No? All right. That might just be you guys. What about Hamilton Refsnyder? I think we threw in a prospect. I'm not too familiar with our depth. We could trade for Crochet? No. It would cost way more than that. Yeah, TD, it's you. How do I feel about trading for Bassett? I like the idea of Bassett, but I don't know what Toronto's looking for, and I'd be nervous giving them anything crazy. That's the other thing you got to think about, right? It's not only, okay, who has any value. It's what do the Red Sox need. That's a great point, Joey. I think a lot of people sort of just forget that right now, you know? All right, Clip. Nice talking to you, man. Right? Like, I think you sit there and you say, okay, Ref might have some value on the open market, but right now their biggest needs is someone who hits lefties, and Rob does that really well. Okay. How about Zach Eflin? Eflin's interesting. Again, that's another guy on Tampa. Are they going to be willing to trade? They're not out of it yet. No, I get that reboot, but again, you got to think of it in context of the Red Sox too, man. It's not just, oh, this guy, you brought up Bayo earlier. Bayo, you're not looking at it fully in the context, right? You just got a nice deal with the Red Sox, a controllable deal with the Red Sox at his lowest value. Masa's not great, very valuable either. And then Rob Refsnyder, you look at it and you say, well, what would doing that do to your team? You'd be taking away Rob Refsnyder, getting a pitcher, which is great, but you're also increasing one of the biggest problems with the Red Sox offense, and that is not being able to hit left-handed pitching. What I could and take a chance at catcher. I tell you what. Trading Connor Wong is another you look in the context. Thinking for a trade, then you're either looking at outfield or I would venture to a guess. Oh my God, is my mic still laggy? All right, maybe they're just behind then. Would I include Wong in a trade? No. You want Reese McGuire to be your full-time catcher? I don't understand. Right? Like why would you take an area that is depth and deplete it? You don't have a ton of depth there right now. Oh, you've got Teal coming up. Great, but Teal's not ready. Teal's not ready for Major League Baseball. Are you liking our odds? I do like our odds against the Dodgers, actually. I mean, obviously, they still have pieces that can hurt you, but they're not at full strength. They've lost 7 of their last 10. I think there's I think there's a chance. Hey, Matt. Doing all right, man. How you doing? No, because TD, you can't just give anybody. Like I genuinely don't think you can't just give anybody just because you've got a top prospect in the system. That top prospect, he's not major league ready, T. That's good, Matt. I'm glad you're doing well, man. Yankees are a hot mess right now. Good. Stay there. I can't, man. We can't do this. I can't sit here and say the same thing over and over again. Oh, Duran's in the game. Wonder if they'll deal Mason Miller. I mean, it would make sense for the A's to deal Mason Miller. Dude just throws so much gas. That would be fun to see in a Red Sox uniform. I don't think it would happen, but it'd be fun to see. What do I think we should be trading? I don't think they're going to be looking for. I don't think they're going to be looking for legitimate superstar talent. So what I would be trading for if I was the Red Sox is I'd be going for. I've said this before, but a guy depth piece who can give you innings and has proven he can pitch a full season, because you get that and all of a sudden this rotation looks a whole lot better. So what you're looking at in terms of what you'd have to give up for that, you start with prospects, right? You start with the guys that, hey, you don't think that there's a huge future for here. Is it Nick York? Is it a pitcher? Is it an outfielder that you can move? If you're going for a bigger move, well, then I would start focusing on, hey, Christian Campbell's a guy who's gotten a lot of buzz lately, might be somebody who you can catch a team on and sell high on. Would you look towards Wilyer Abreu? You just drafted Braden Montgomery. You've got Roman Anthony coming up. Jarren Duran's been the heart and soul of this team. You cannot trade him this deadline. Is Wilyer Abreu somebody you look into? That's where, if I was a Red Sox GM, those are the two areas I'm focusing on. I'm trying to find an area of depth that I have where I'm not totally depleting it. Right? Like I mean, we sit here and we think of, when we think of buying, our immediate reaction is, man, we need to, they need to go all in. The problem is they don't really need to go all in to have a successful deadline. They need to fill their needs. And you could do that. And you could do that by having, smaller additions add up to a larger whole. And I think the key to that is going to be innings and not striking out at the plate. If you get a guy who gives you innings and who doesn't strike out from the right-hand side of the plate, well, the problem with that reboot is you're going to lose Duran at the end, or O'Neill at the end of the year anyways, right? That doesn't solve your issue. It's just sort of a non-factor. And when you look at what the Red Sox need, they need right-handed hitters who can hit lefties. O'Neill has done a good job of hitting lefties this season. So, I think if you would ask me O'Neill on the table 3 weeks ago, I'd tell you, yeah, but what's my video schedule looking like? I'm probably going to keep going. I'll probably be regular schedule, I think. Yeah, we'll probably do a prospect video tomorrow, and then we'll do a trade video the day after that. Maybe we'll do a hot take video. You guys always like crapping on me on those. So, yeah, I don't think O'Neill is fully off the table. I just, in terms of solving a solution while also, not creating another one, I don't know. Love the hot take videos. Yeah, everyone does, because they love to crap on me for them. I'll probably, you know what, we'll do a hot take video this week while we wait for the second part of the season. I hate saying second part of the season because the first half's already over. How long is left in Wong's contract? A lot. 4 more years? Yeah, absolutely, Dennis. Absolutely. You can replace O'Neill with a yeah, you're going to replace O'Neill. You are going to replace O'Neill. But again, you have time in between when you're going to do that. Like, Roman Anthony's not impacting this team this season. You have time. What's up, Braden? Yeah, you simply cannot trade Connor Wong. No. Duran's contract, he's under arbitration. Who are the Miami guys, TD? Who are the Miami guys? You keep saying that. Who? Duran's under contract till the 2028 season, I think. Oh, man, he just absolutely crushed that. There it is. See ya. No? Oh. How am I so ahead? I have no idea. I'm probably not giving up a lot to get Trevor Rogers. Roman Anthony for Cedric Mullins. All right, so does this guy have to get on for Duran to get up? Is that how that works? Like Santander's got to get on. How is Santander in the whatever? All right. Edward Cabrera's injured and probably out for the season too. And he sucked this year when he was healthy. All right, is this Duran? It is. There's our boy, chat. Look at our kid. Now talk about Duran. Simi at least makes a little bit more sense. He plays good defense. Jaron! Yes! Yes! Duran! No way! Oh my God, you're kidding! You're kidding me! Oh my God, Duran. No way he just did that. Chat. He is a legitimate chance of winning this MVP. Oh man, he's a legitimate chance of winning this MVP. I can't believe he just did that. Oh my God. That was crazy. Look at everyone. Where's Tanner? That's if he could develop that prodigy, yes, I agree. I'd agree. Totally agree. If he could become a 15, 17 home run guy and he can still get a bunch of doubles, just can't steal that many base, I'm in. Yes. Minus 310 for All-Star Game MVP. Dang it, I should have bet on it. He has 10 homers now. Yeah, again, prodigy. I don't think you're wrong. If he can develop his game, and we're seeing it this year, right? We are seeing it. My question has always been, how sustainable is it, right? What does the defense look like without speed? That's just my question, right? Because if you, I mean, I guess you can move him over to left field, but where do you put him in the lineup? At some point, you got to figure out a lefty. Again, I've said it 1,000 times this stream. I don't want them to trade Duran. I'm just sort of giving the devil's advocate here. Yeah, it's been like the last month of the Red Sox season where the pitching gives up a bunch of runs and the Red Sox just battle their way back. Yeah, I think it'll be above average for sure, Prodigy. The question is, what does that look like? That's the question. We just don't know. Yeah, JB, you did call that. Now people keep bringing up the future. I don't know, man. Did you get charged for it, Genetic? He'll be as fast as O'Neal. If that's who he is, if Jaron Wren becomes a Tyler O'Neal type with more contact, I'm in. I'm in. Absolutely. No, JV. You did get charged for it? Was there a way to contact YouTube? It's Stand Up for Cancer, Lawson. Wow, Joe Torre. You could still get into member streams and stuff? Interesting. Have you been able to, could you cancel it and then redo it, Genetic? Chat, I don't know if we'll do the full game tonight. I'm thinking about it. We'll probably do it at like 10:30. Eric, I think it's because they are one. I think it's two to tango. I don't think Cora wants to sign. I think he wants to try it. We'll see it through. Yeah, Lawson, but you don't have to get up at like 6 to make a video and then work from 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Kind of weird. I don't know. I'll see if I can see if I can find a contact, Genetic. I'll see what I can find. We need Duran long term. He's here for a while. Cora isn't coming back. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think he goes to free agency. Midnight a lot of nights. Well, you're a better man than me, I guess. You got on me about a while ago. I got on you a while ago about Duran. Oh, extend Duran. I'm not getting on anybody for saying extend Duran. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's a top priority because he's going to be 33 when he's a free agent. I think you could figure that out. Or you figure that out later. Duran home run off 100 Green. Kind of, Eric, yeah. Oh, this is the dude we just smoked. Cole Reagan. Yes, King. Yes, he did. I fanboy a bit. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Here's something that I think it's everyone, including myself, gets to this gets to this sort of fandom with Red Sox and really just baseball in general, where they start playing armchair GM, right? Where we start just like, oh, we can't get too attached to these guys. We need to think about the long-term success of the team, like all these different things. But it's like, man, oh my God, dude, I thought he was about to rob a baseball. I would have had a heart attack. If Jaron Duran hit a home run and robbed a baseball, I would have dead sprinted out of this room, I think. But I think I did. You know what, Joey? At the end of the day, right? I'm here talking about all these different scenarios and stuff, and we get to sometimes you could catch yourself being an armchair GM instead of just enjoying the game, right? Sometimes you gotta step back, and that's where like the thought in the back of my head always creeps in, like, man, what is this guy gonna look like in 5 years? Like, is this gonna be someone who's worth holding on to and extending? But then you look at that and he hits that absolute piss missile in the All-Star game, and you're like, this guy's the man, right? What do I care? I don't care at all about whether or not, the finances of this game. I love the game itself, and I think that, you know what? We should be fanboying. We should be fanboying. That's what we are. Right? That's what we are. We're fans. I love these guys. This team has meant more to me this season than they've meant in a long time, because we have been sitting here rooting through the mud to get to these guys. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we should. I hate when people be like, "Well, you're fanboying." Yeah, no shit. Pardon the language, but no crap. Of course we are. Right? This has been so long. I love fanboying. I fanboy over Casas. I fanboy over Duran all the time. Tanner Houck, Rafi. I fanboy over Rafi so hard. That would have been sick from Gunner. Oh, that was Witt. Could be an Alec Boehm type player. Maybe. Crazy that Salvador Perez is playing at an all-star level. It is pretty crazy. Yeah, and that's another big part of it, Joey. He's an easy dude to root for. He's a fantastic person who, sometimes we look at these guys and we like, personally too. They're players on a screen, or they're players on a field. You forget about. We forget about the human aspect of it, and it's almost like Peter Parker, right? Peter Parker to Spider-Man. The reason Spider-Man's so popular, and this is probably the nerdiest comparison I could possibly make, right? Really, I mean, truly is. The reason Spider-Man is so popular is because Spider-Man is this, he's one of the strongest superheroes in the universe, right? He's incredibly strong. He's doing these incredible feats, and at the same time, you get the Peter Parker side of him, and he's. Why do we have a replay review? Oh, that could be a problem. But anyways, back to the Peter Parker thing. Right, Peter Parker humanized Spider-Man. He made him feel as though we could relate to him. And that's what and again, totally different. Totally different, right? But Duran, to a lot of people, including myself, is just a player on a field. But when he brings in the human element, it's like, I can relate to this guy. This guy's just like me. I could be like that. And I think that's what sparks, especially in Boston, where he's got that, grinder, never give up mentality. And again, that was an unbelievably stupid, unbelievably stupid comparison, but I think my point was made. I think my point was made. Will be the next Red Sox game stream? Probably Tuesday. That's awesome, Mark. Right, yeah. So what you took from that, Mike, is exactly what I was trying to convey. He is. Jaron Duran is baseball Spider-Man. I just want it known first. I made that comparison first. Make the merch. Imagine I made just like Jaron Duran. Superman? Nah. Clark Kent? No. Clark Kent's like a no. Clark Kent's different. A video on how the Red if Jaron Duran wins if Jaron Duran wins an MVP, yeah, there will be a video. Spider-Man. Oh my God, Joey. Oh my God, Joey. I don't think Houck did. Whatever. Houck loves the game so much, he gave up a home run to Ohtani in a meaningless game as opposed to a legitimate game. I appreciate that out of him. Ah, Dad, Mr. Matt, I'm so sorry. I spoiled that for you, man. That's what David or Red Sox dating. Yeah, I mean, it's fine, whatever. To make T-shirt, no, I'm not gonna make T-shirts off of that. I wouldn't do that to you. Neely, yeah, Neely's pretty good. Uh, Colby, probably not. I don't want to do too many draft videos in a row. True, and Houck's helping him out. Can I do an Ortiz video like on David? Or I'm not gonna make a video on D'Angelo Ortiz. Probably not. That's a great question. No idea. Shh, Mark. No, it's not. Only get one plate appearance. He might have a couple. Can I make a video on Spider-Man? I will make a video on Spider-Man if he wins the MVP. Ideal Red Sox trade deadline would be to acquire a innings eating starting pitcher and a right-handed bat. It's all good, Steven. What's going on, man? Who would they be? Eric Fetty. Oh, someone brought up Andrew Vaughn. I actually do like that idea. Although the problem is he's controllable. You don't really have a spot for him. And he strikes out a lot. I mean, C.J. Abrams is really good, I think. No, not Pete Alonso. Not Vlad. They won't trade Vlad. Max Scherzer doesn't want to come to Boston. That's fine. That's awesome, JB. Jazz Chisholm, no reason. You don't need a lefty. You need a righty. You need at least someone from the right hand side, Prodigy. Because if Costa's going to take longer to get back. Look at this. Look at this picture. Look at that picture, chat. That's your future. That's your future AL MVP. Just incredible. Oh, God. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Dom Smith for Crochet. Let's go. LOL. Okay, Homer. My favorite thing is when people come in here and are like, "Man, you're real Homer the Boston Red Sox." Yeah, that's the whole goddamn point of the channel. Oh man! In order to get Max Scherzer, yeah. New Xbox background. Ooh, that's a good one. Right, yeah, Eric. I forgot. Everyone's here for completely unbiased journalism. Zach Geloff, that would be a good one. Did I just make myself laugh? No, I was more so just laughing at I was more so just laughing at the. I mean, what is okay, Nolan? What's unrealistic about me showing a picture and saying he's right now? He is. He untied the game in one swing. What do you mean? Last year, what was his name? Now Elias Diaz won it off of a single home run. I mean, what is unrealistic about it? Maybe Colby. Right, Mike. Nolan, what are you talking about? I never said the Red Sox would win the World Series. I said Duran's going to win the AL MVP. If the game ended today, he is the AL MVP. For the All-Star game, brother. For the All-Star game. The All-Star game. We're talking and looking at the All-Star game. Yes, of this game, Nolan. Come on, dude. If Sox get Evaldi, they got a shot. Who cares? Okay, then I don't know what to tell you. Right? We care. Everyone in this chat cares if Jaron Duran wins an MVP, the All-Star Game MVP. Yeah. Right? Like every single person in this chat cares if Jaron Duran wins the AL All-Star Game MVP. Just simple. All right, Nolan. We'll see. What do you think about a guy with a lot of Boston? Just bought a second. I gotta get a Duran jersey. I got a couple. I have a fake Costas jersey, and then I have a real Costas jersey. I also want to get a real Rafaela jersey. I don't know, man. I don't know if I could stay awake. It's a good point, Steven. Where's Rafi at? He opted out of the All-Star game. Your old teammate got drafted in the second round. That's sick. Congratulations. Totally not biased. No biases here. Not a single inch of bias. Jeez, that's crazy, AI. I don't know what I would do, Colby. I don't know, man. Ellie, I think Ellie's got some potential there. Yeah, I think it's tough to say that Ellie's terrible. Do I know someone who's gotten drafted? I don't think so. I mean, I grew up in New Hampshire, so it's like it wasn't exactly a major talent pool, you know. Duran really thought about diving for that one. Duran's number 16, yeah. I would say, Mark, unless, yeah, I would say I wouldn't say no way in hell. I would just say like a very very low chance of it getting done. Be honest with you, like I would be absolutely shocked. Near Lee, yeah, I know where that is. Trade Willier. Yeah, Willier, especially with the draft of Braden Montgomery, sort of makes it feel like Willier becomes expendable. The problem is, what does that do to the 2024 team? That's pretty sweet, Joey. Like, it's just a question of like, who do you put at shortstop if you have Willier traded, right? Like, you can't have Hamilton there. 199 super chat from Lawson. We get some chat claps in the chat and some likes on the message for his 5th super of the live stream. Congratulations and thank you so much for all your generosity, Lawson. I really appreciate it. Number 16 on the field, number 1 in our hearts. Correct. He absolutely has to be genetic. '17th, I was 97 in high school. Good lord. O'Neal needs to hit. O'Neal, that's just sort of who O'Neal is. He's like Adam Duvall, right? He's a streaky dude. He's gonna go on the hottest streaks. Oh, I thought it said you played against Babe Ruth. I thought you were joking, Dennis. 5 trade options. Who would they be, man? Dude, Hasn't hit a homer in weeks. Didn't he hit one in the Padres series? 5 realistic trade options, dude. Baby Lugo, sit him down, huh? Another round of severe thunderstorms tonight. Well, hopefully everything's all right. End of all streaks. Yeah, it's so hard. I can't give you 5 realistic trade options. I would say Fetty was probably up there. I would say Evaldi's probably in the conversation if they keep stinking it up. Crochet. That'd be wild. Red Sox broke Lugo. I'm down with it. Quantrill, I would put in that conversation as realistic trades. Yeah. Ooh, Bobby. Eflin, maybe. I just don't love the idea of trading. He's still with the Rays, right? I don't love the idea of trading with the Rays. Kikuchi. Tyler Anderson. I would hate getting Tyler Anderson in Red Sox. His FIP scares the hell out of me. Dream would be Flaherty, JD, and Rengifo. Flaherty would be fantastic. I don't know, but JD just there's not really a spot for JD on the team. Rengifo would be great. Question is there regression due there? And what is that going to cost? He got 2 more years of control. Meyer Montgomery for Crochet. I think I'm good with that. What is this commercial, dude? I can't figure this out for the life of me. Yeah, Dennis, I think that's what's going to end up happening is I don't think we're going to see I honestly don't know if we'll see a ton of movement overall for the I don't know if we'll see a ton of movement overall for the deadline. There's a lot of teams who are sort of hanging in there that it might be more worth it for them to just flat out just stay. Yeah, that was tough, Prodigy. I keep hearing about Garrett a lot, Corbin. What are your thoughts on that one? I mean, Garrett would be great for like the next couple of years. The problem is one, what is it going to cost? And the second thing is, how is he going to help you this year? I mean, he's going to have an innings limit. He has a history of injury. He's never pitched more than 100. This is by far and away. He hasn't pitched more than 52 innings at the major league level. When does Whitlock return? Next season. Just get Vlad. Getting Vladdy would be wild. What if the Red Sox have a different idea on what his limit is? I mean, maybe genetic, but the problem with that is if they had a full rotation, or maybe even they had 3 guys who had proven that they can pitch a full season before, I would say maybe they could. But you already have Houck, Cutter. You don't have a 5th starter right now. Pivetta is your only one that really proven that he could do a full season on the mound, right? So it wouldn't just be, hey, they have a different idea on Crochet. They'd have to have a different idea on Houck, Crawford, Crochet, and Bayo. Yeah, I saw that AR. I'll get rid of it eventually. Yeah, everyone go vote for Duran. He's resting his shoulder, Wes. What is going on with that? Where's the All-Star Game MVP voting? Imagine just like turning around. There's David Ortiz trying to tell you what to do. Duran was so uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't think Duran's super comfortable doing interviews in general. Yes, he is. He's the okay. The MLB app has it. All right, let me see. Hope so, Dennis. Hope so. Yeah, he absolutely has to be AR. Man, can I not vote? That sucks. Oh, wait a second. Ugh, where is it? Marcus, yeah, it's way too early, man. It depends on who they get for pitching at the deadline, to be honest with you. Like it's so hard to figure out what the Red Sox are going to need right now. I mean, obviously you'd say you would immediately say pitching, but we don't know what they're going to acquire at the deadline. If they're going to acquire anyone at the deadline, we just don't know. Honestly, just have no clue. I don't want to buy tickets. I just want to vote. Yeah, you have to vote for Jaron Duran. He's the difference right now. Man, I'm kind of heated that I can't vote. Yeah, Duran hit the game-changing home run right now. Yeah, I'm on the MLB app. Cutter's a beast right now. Yeah, Cutter. His last two outings have been incredible. Who was pitching that at bat? Hunter Green. No game day voting. You can vote for the MVP. I just don't know where it is. Maybe MLB tweeted out the link. Matt Strom would be great with this team, let me tell you. Red Sox pitcher? What? Oh, he just smoked that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Prodigy, spam that. I'm in. Hope so, E. I'm just going to sit here while I talk to you guys and continue to vote for Duran. Why not just pin the league? Can I pin like a... Thank you to whoever suggested that. We're good. All right, Speed Racer. Have a go on. Yeah, the commercials have been rough. Was Kenley a snub? Kenley wouldn't have been a snub in my mind had they not put Clay Holmes in. Because they put Clay Holmes in, it feels like a snub. This game is my favorite game of the season. Really? Bicycles. There we go. Craig and Kenley. Craig who? Craig Kimbrell? Man, Nolan, you're just a boatload of sunshine, aren't you, Cranky? Kenley's stats are better, and they seem. You feel the same. I mean, even his stats are fantastic. I mean, they're not better than they seem. They're just really good. Be honest with you. Man, there it really is. There's a ton of just commercials this year. It's crazy. Because they give you the option to, Nolan, if Austin Riley or whoever is in for the Braves, I don't even know who's in for the Braves, Sale. If Sale struck out the side to finish the last inning, or finish the seventh inning, and he came in the bases loaded in the seventh inning, struck out the side to get out of it. You telling me you wouldn't be like, that's probably an all-star? MVP, right? I mean, it's just fandom, man. And if they give you the option, why not? Yeah, that's just you're just trying to prove a point. That's not true. If they give you the option to vote, there's no way you wouldn't vote. How did I just get an ad in the middle of this game? Yeah, Kirby Yates been solid. Yeah, no, it's honestly not Nolan. Like, if I'm being totally honest with you, it's not. Like, if Austin Riley hit that home run, put you up by 2, you would immediately say he's the MVP as well. And then especially if they open the voting, I mean, come on, dude. Then you're just not a Braves fan. You're just a fan of, I don't even know, dude. What's up, Ben? Hope you're enjoying the cruise. Have a good one, Ethan. Okay, Nolan, then you are so much better as a Braves fan than all of us, man. I congratulate you on not being a fan of your own team. like, congratulations, dude. What do you want? Yeah, you're like, well, I don't know if Austin Riley's done enough. Like, dude, it's an all-star game. It means absolutely nothing. Dude sitting here being like, well, actually, come on. Oh man. When they did see-through ads in the middle of an at-bat on national TV, what? What do you think we're getting at the deadline? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I don't know. Breslow has zero idea what he's doing yet? I don't think that's true. Do I know who the Red Sox? I have no clue. Not even a little bit of a clue. Yeah, they're definitely going to put Clay Holmes in, aren't they? Duran still in? He should be. Where's Kenley? Not here. Yeah, please don't put Clay Holmes in. Breslow's building one of the best farms in baseball and in the number 1 spot over a fraudulent Orioles system. I'm not sure that not sure that the Orioles system is fraudulent. Yeah, man, this team would be fun to watch in a playoff spot. Yeah, I don't think you can give Breslow credit for the actually you definitely can't give Breslow credit for the farm system, but you can give him credit for and I think this is fair, the development of players, right? If you see like a guy like Christian Campbell, you could say, "Oh, you know, Christian Campbell was drafted by Chaim Bloom," but I mean that's the first step in a long step, right? If Craig Breslow's regime and his ability to see things differently and whatnot were able to bring him to the next level, who gets credit for that? I don't know. I don't know. It's a very hard conversation. I kind of hate having the conversations of, oh, what prospect or player on the Red Sox has, ownership over these players. At the end of the day, I mean, each of these guys played a hand in developing them, and at the end of the day, it's the players themselves who have become fantastic players. You know, who's this year's Campbell? Conrad, if they can sign him. Yeah, I don't have any problem with Nolan being here. I don't think he's not allowed in this stream. I think that's a bit ridiculous, but Duran hits another one, I go nuts. I appreciate that, Nolan. Is there any Braves fans, any Braves channels streaming it? I'm trying to think of the biggest Brave channel would be. Would it be Locked On Braves? No. They should need 3 outs. Teams we play. The problem with that I've run into, and I thought about that AR. One, not there aren't a ton of there are a lot of channels that do it, but there are a lot of different styles, and I don't know how well we'd mesh. But um, the other one is who ends up like unless you could stream to both channels. I'm sure there's a way to do that, but I wouldn't want to take someone else's momentum onto my channel. Appreciate you being here, Mark. Thanks, man. Yeah, of course JD Drew is an all-star. Come on now. Those belts are kind of sweet. Ooh. Jaron, get on base, baby. You drink $50 worth of energy drinks? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't want them jinxing it. Ah, get through. Staying in the ninth? Yeah, I mean, we kind of have to. There's only 4 outs in the game left. Kind of have to. Oh, dude. These commercials are going to be the death of me. Just get us through. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Favorite dinosaur? Dude, I am so sick of these commercials. Soto. What is Soto? Yeah, Soto had a big hit too. That's a good point. What is Soto's 2 for 3, right? There have been some big Red Sox moments. Pedro Martinez. Yeah, that's tough, genetic. It's probably gonna be Soto. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably. I don't know, man. Red Sox fans love Duran, and he is the difference, right? Soto tied it up. He's the difference. Even without Soto's 2 RBIs, Red Sox they're still winning this game. Just saying. We'll see. Isn't it? No, it's 3-4. It's 3-5. I thought. So if you take away Soto's RBI, oh yeah, I'm an idiot. Never mind. I did my math wrong. I did my math wrong. That's on me. People are voting a whole lot, man. People are voting a whole lot. Duran's the difference. I agree. We'll see. Can we just fan? That's correct, Dave. I am a fan. I would assume so, Nolan. Duran's the first Red Sox player to hit home run in 13 years. That's wild. Oh, wow. Are fan votes the only ones that count? I think so. Yeah. I think it's fan votes. I think. I'm pretty positive. All right. Please. Well, yeah. Who are the names being considered right now? They can't put it. Can't be Clay Holmes, right? It cannot be Clay Holmes, can it? Oh, dude, please don't be Clay Holmes. Oh yeah, Class A. Please put in Class A. Okay. Oh yeah, what? There's so many people here. See what Tanner did. I don't know. It's gonna take us another year and a half to get to it. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is like, what are we doing? This game would be so much more exciting if there wasn't a commercial every 30 seconds. Holy hell. It's crazy. Like I thought, if you want to go, like, the home run derby being 3 hours last night was crazy. This being over 3 hours is crazy. Yeah, Logan, no idea. Got to milk that ad money. Look, I know a thing or two about living off ad money. But even, like, this is ridiculous. Stupid they changed it. I don't know. I think that's 2 hours and 41 minutes. It's going to be over 3 hours. Otani, MVP is Otani, unless they win. Keep voting. Keep voting. You sit there, and it's like, oh man. Wearing their team uniforms, even with the team uniforms, man, it's just so wearing. It's hard to get totally into it. There's not even really that much in professional, like regular games. Oh, he was all over that cutter. Don't love that. 50 times? I voted about 25, I think. All right, Steven, have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, that thing is disgusting. Kase's hair is sick, actually. Where was last year? Seattle? Come on. Yeah, it was? Okay. Yeah, Pete Alonso the Derby yesterday, man. He needs to stop. There we go. See ya. He needs to stop. I think he needs to stop. Take a break for a little bit from the Derby, Pete. And you know what? Hot take. I kind of liked the setup of the Derby this year, like in terms of the rules. I think it, sort of minimizes everything, but somehow they figured out a way to extend them. I think the sort of mediocrity of the home run derby was sort of about the players themselves. Like there was a lot of like lulls. Don't tempt fate, Lawson. Come on, Class A. Do it for Duran. All right, super. Thanks for coming by, my friend. Thank you for being here. All right. Come on. Come on. I want Duran. Don't love that. All right, game comes down to Brian Reynolds. Oh no. What's up, man? Welcome in. Yeah, I always forget about Brian Reynolds too. I kind of wish he was on a better team because I think he would be a bigger player. I mean, switch hitting. Yeah, Prodigy, how long does it take to let him know? $30? What? Bang. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Now we pray. Please. Please. Oh, please. Mm, no, I don't care about that. I think that's the World Series, Jackson. I'm waiting, chat. I'm just refreshing Twitter to see if they announce it first. Where are you guys seeing this? Where are you guys seeing that he's the MVP? He actually won? No shot. Did he actually win? It's on Twitter. I'm on the MLB site looking. Oh, it's still letting you vote. Holy crap. Holy crap. Ladies and gentlemen, Jarren Duran is your All-Star Game MVP, folks. To say I am happy for Duran is an understatement. This dude went from possibly not even a Major League Baseball player to one of the best players in the league to proving everybody, including me, including a lot of you guys, completely wrong. This dude has battled mental adversity. This dude's battled physical adversity. He's done everything he can to put himself at the forefront of being the most important on the Boston Red Sox. And now, Ladies and gentlemen, he is the first Red Sox MVP of an All-Star game since J.D. Drew did it back in 2008, folks. I mean, I'm proud of him. I'm genuinely just proud of this dude. It's genuinely incredible to see what he did. I'm pumped for him, man. Not a single person deserves this award more than anyone else. I mean, it's crazy. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, chat. I'll got a video to make tomorrow. So I'm going to take off. I am going to take off, but I appreciate all you guys being here. For over 3 hours, we stuck around. We didn't even watch a Red Sox game. We just talked about the Sox and watched the All-Star game. So the fact that you guys stuck with me the whole time, too, very impressive. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. If you haven't considered hitting that subscribe button, we not only do this once a week, we also make Red Sox videos almost every day. If you haven't considered liking this video yet, do me a favor, like it. Lets me know you guys are enjoying this type of content. Thank you all so much for clicking on this one and being here. Mr. Matt, if you're still here, I appreciate you. Lawson, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much. I will see you guys in the Red Sox.